Hello, I know you can't see my face and I apologize. I was actually just very quickly going to run through some sketches and paintings that we did in Italy. I don't have all of them, but in the post that I'm going to be posting on my Substack, I will add pictures there too, because some of them the lovely participants bought from me of the week when we were there. So I just want to run through some of the sketches that we got done and chat a little bit about how fabulous Hotel Lione was and my retreat in Italy. If you are interested, I do have a couple of rooms remaining for June 2026. Just keep that in mind as we go through this, because I know that this doesn't really give a recap of everything, but the post will. So if you're watching this on YouTube, head over to my Substack. It's in the link in the description, and you can be a free member of my newsletter and watch this. So also read about the post and about our days there too. So I just want to quickly go through what I brought with me. Was this Muji sketchbook. Sorry, it's got paint stuck to it. This Muji sketchbook and this Pith Cara sketchbook. And we had prepped a few pages, which I didn't actually complete, but I'm going to be looking back. And I have been looking back and adding to sketchbooks, but I can show you what we did do in the sketchbooks. So I have those two, and then I'm missing one sketchbook. Where is that sketchbook? Oh, here it is. I also worked in another sketchbook that one of our participants, Lou, she brought with her, and it's just a sea white of Brighton. So this is all I had in sketchbooks, and then I had sent down a lot of paper. It was Arches paper, and we had Canson paper, and lots of different types of paper that we worked on as well while we were there, because I really wanted everybody to try different paper with different mediums. It was a mixed media week in Italy, so that was what we had to work with. And then people brought their own sketchbooks. They didn't necessarily bring what I had. Everybody had the sea white, but I'm not sure if everybody drew in it. And then I've also been, another sketchbook that Lou gave me, which was really sweet of her, was the Stillman and Byrne Zeta, and I've been working in this sketchbook for Gouache Vember and pairing up the Gouache Vember prompts like Nest with a scene from one of our day trips, and this was to Monte di Nove. Anyway, so I had these sketchbooks. I didn't do anything until I came back in this one. I also got some lovely paper from Tracy. She had been down to the Amalfi Coast, and this is 100% cotton paper. So I'm hoping to get some beautiful imagery done of this too. Before I went down to Italy, I created a plan of the whole week. That's something that was special for that week, and so it was just super exciting. I had been planning for a year and a half, and although that one sold out pretty quickly, I do still have 2 spots left in June, or 2 rooms left in June, which I'm hoping will fill so that you guys can start planning as well. I've already booked my ticket, so it's a sure thing. It's going to happen. I know those 2 rooms are going to fill fast. I'll give you a little bit of a recap of the week. And I wish I could show you my face as well, because I'm smiling from ear to ear. But I didn't have everything set up. I've put stuff away in my studio because I'm clearing it up. But I really wanted to get this out because it's been 10 days since I got back. So the week started on a Friday and ended on a Friday. So we have a whole week there. We have 2 days in the hometown that we were in, which is Montalbano, and I had been saying that wrong for the longest time. I do speak Italian, so I don't know why I was saying it. I was putting emphasis on the paro, not the tel. So it's a lovely little village, very small, beautifully kept, 800 meters above sea level, and Hotel Leone runs art retreats there. I specifically was there to teach a mixed media art retreat. Sometimes we did paintings just in one medium, but it didn't mean that you had to only use that medium. You could use other mediums, but for some of the demos I used mixed media, some of them I used just a certain medium. So I also sent paints down there, so we were using different paints that maybe some people weren't used to, and so this was also another demo. So I tried to do one demo a day at least in the studio, and if it wasn't in the studio, it was outside on the terrace area. After breakfast every morning, breakfast was a full continental breakfast. Well, actually more than continental, because there was warm and cold stuff. And you could actually, they knew what you wanted. The second day we were there, they were asking us, they knew our names and everything. They were wonderful. And they, would come up to me and say, Charlotte, what would you like? Would you like a cappuccino like yesterday? So they remembered your order, which was fabulous. We sat outside for breakfast every morning, and then we went to neighboring towns. We did 3 excursions. We went to 3 really very beautiful towns. One was coastal and the other 2 were more inland. And then we had a free day to a larger town and city as well. We did a pasta making course. So one of my demos was on the nonna that we visited and learnt pasta making from her. We did take photos, and I work a lot from photos, but you'll see we've done a lot of work from life as well. And then this one was a picture of the mayor of Monte di Nove and his 3 buddies, and he really wanted a picture taken, so I did a demo on this as well. Other little things that we did a concertina when we were in Porto San Giorgio, which is by the sea, and I did a water demo, and then I had just put a little drawing on the back, or painting on the back, with the watercolors that I was gifted by Hotel Leone. They're the A Gala ones, and I don't have them here because I'm using them upstairs. I've been using them since I got home for all my commissions, and that's why I've been really slow in getting this out, because I've had commissions, Christmas card commissions, so I needed to get those done. We went to Ascoli Piceno. I told everybody, because it was a free day, I wasn't doing a demo on this day, but I said, take minimal amount of materials with you. So I just took markers with me and this concertina that we had made in the studio, and just did some sketches while we were sitting at bars having coffee or ice cream. Yeah, so that was fun, and I did this on the bus on the way there. We had a little bit of time. It was only 30 kilometers away, but it took an hour to get there, which is absolutely fine. And we saw a lot of the countryside, but it was very windy. So you don't have to be able to draw on the bus, but if you can, it's a great way of getting something done. And then we went to another little town called Smerillo, and I did this of just a little corner of a building which has some really pretty shadows on, and I had made a huge zine. So this is it opens up to being crazy big, as you can see, and I wasn't using it opened up, but I do want to do a painting on the other side. Sorry for the noise. But we did a lovely exercise where we did a continuous line, and that was kind of our warm-up. And then everybody went off into the village and did their own thing. So I went and used my watercolors. You could see the Sibillini Mountains from there. They were stunning, beautiful colors, and all the colors of the leaves were turning while we were there. It was like the perfect time of year. I thought it was going to be a little bit too cold, but it wasn't. We are going back in June, so it's going to be beautiful weather. Everyone will get the use of the pool. There's a pool at the hotel. And in each place we visited, we had such wonderful lunches as well, with wine at lunch and dinner. And the wine was so light. Like, I don't usually drink other than being in company of others, then I'll have a glass of wine, but at home I don't. And I was a little concerned to whether I was going to get a headache. I didn't get one headache while I was there. I was so pleased because it was a very light table wine that they had. In one of the places, or a lot of us drew on the table mat of this lovely restaurant called Dom. And this was in Monte di Nove. And I had just started doing some quick sketches of everybody that was sitting around the table, and then the food came, so I put that away. They were going to take it away, and I'm like, no, I'll keep it. At the beginning of the trip, I was on the train for a lot of it, so I got my markers out and just, I didn't take photos, I just visually took note of what I was seeing and passed by. Sketches of people sitting down. These are in this was one sketch, and then I did another sketch because I had to move my seat. I guess I was sitting in somebody's seat, but then realized he was sitting in my seat, so I just sat opposite and drew him. This was in the hotel breakfast. I took my sketchbook down with me and sat there and had breakfast. And Lou, she joined me, one of our creative participants of the week. She came and joined me, so she sat there. And then this is the view from my hotel window. I don't know if I have anything else from... No, I kind of put this one to the side and started using the sketchbook that she gave me as well for more sketches. So funny sketches on the bus, and also looking at the scenery and trying to take note of the differences that were there. Some of the sketches that, are really, really rough, and that's fine. Different trees that I saw. Heike, she was on the train to Ancona. This was our last day. We were leaving, and then I was in Ancona for a day. So when I'm there, I don't necessarily get as much sketching as I would have liked to have done because I'm the instructor. But I do add a day on either side of the trip just so that I get some sketching done as well. So this was in Ancona, and I just had markers again and this in my bag so that I could just get it out while we were having coffees. Really beautiful city. If you need a place to stay, I can highly recommend the Grand Palace Hotel. It sounds very grand, and it was very nice, but it wasn't as grand as you think it is, and quite reasonable as well. So that's where I stayed. And just some quick sketches. Sometimes, you don't have time to do a full page. All right, and then this one, which, I didn't get filled everywhere. We did a life drawing class or demo and morning. So we spent a whole day doing figures and portraits, which was fabulous, and we really got into it, and everybody got into it, which was really nice. So we did some quick sketches, and then we drew each other a continuous line just to get warmed up, which was fantastic as well. I'd actually like to take these and make them bigger and do some paintings out of them. I thought that would be really lovely. Just trying out the watercolors on the paper as well and using mixed media on top of it. And sometimes just grabbing the lay of the land if you don't have much time, just really looking at the structure of the land. And, you know, it's very similar to Tuscany, although there aren't as many tall cypress trees, but it's very much rolling hills and farmland, which is very pretty. Did a demo on using just 3 markers. Just some quick sketches. And this was back in Montelparo. I'm going backwards. I don't know. Maybe I was Japanese in my past life. I like going backwards through sketchbooks as well. And these are just very quick sketches that we did. We also did some night sketching, which was fun. And just sometimes using one, you know, having like a background already prepped and using a crayon is a great way of just capturing what you're seeing. And then this one was also from the bus. So when we got back, I started November, and the prompts are run by Courtney Spillane and Daria Penta every year, and I try to do them every year and try to get our group involved in doing Gouache Vemba because I love gouache, and I really wanted to continue Italy. So using the photos from our trip, and usually the prompt is on the left hand side and the Italian one is on the right, but sometimes I just used an Italian photo because the prompt was machine. So I did the little Fiat, I think it's called a Diavolo. No, I don't know why I didn't put the name of the car, but I will find out, and then I need to add that there. This one, for example, is Nest, and this is a little scene from Monte di Nove. This is Community, and I did the gathering, breakfast gathering of us all. This one was Cake. There was a beautiful pistachio and chocolate fondant cake, and I thought that was perfectly matched with one of the green doors that I saw. Oh, this is Community, so this one must have, oh, this was Ritual. Morning ritual, sitting down, and this was Community. And then Vintage, which I haven't quite finished. This is an old clock in my parents' house, and this was an old door as well. And then Golden was actually on my morning walk here, saw the most beautiful sunrise, and this building just screamed golden. So this was in Ancona that I took that. And I am missing a couple. In a Bottle, Meletti, which is a typical anise drink in Ascoli Piceno, where we went for our free day. And I haven't quite finished this one, but that's the bar, and it's called Meletti. It's where like the traditional drink is. This one was done upside down. As you can see, I put it in my book upside down by mistake, but I actually painted it. Probably 90% of the painting was done upside down, and then I turned it around and did the writing. So we have an old building from Montelparo where we were staying, and this was pantry, and this is my mum's pantry from England, her cupboards. This was a live session that we did with Dylan Sarah on his Drawn Together show, and it was paper dolls. So he found an artist, Dina, I can't remember her last name, but I should write that here as well. I think I had it written, and then I went over with my gouache. And this is Botanical, and this is from an old house here in the town I am in. looking into the greenhouse, and this was actually from a bathroom window in Ascoli Piceno. So I have my Italy, and that's all I am at right now. I am behind 2, I think 3, because I didn't do collection, so I need to catch up. But I just wanted to yeah, I just wanted to show you these. And again, if you or anybody you know wants to join us, June 19th to the 26th in 2026, we are going back for a week, and same hotel. It's wonderful. It's definitely 5-star service. It's like a big warm hug, and I really would love if you wanted to join me. If you are watching this on YouTube and you are interested, please comment below and I will send you all the information, but it is also in the description. You will have to just fill out a form and they will send you the rooms that are remaining with the prices, etc. But it is all inclusive other than your insurance and your airfare. And 1 day lunch, and that's it, because we go to the larger town. But yeah, 4-course meals in the evening. They're wonderful, and lunches out and breakfast every morning, and a lot of hours. Probably, I would say we did at least 2.5 hours every morning of drawing and painting. And then 2 hours in the afternoon, we were in the studio, sometimes 2.5, depending if we were in town or if we were out of town. And then some days we were back in the studio or we did the night painting. So yeah, I think you're definitely getting a good, I would say 5-6 hours of art a day for sure. So, you know, and it's for all levels. We had 2 participants who had really never drawn before, and they did fantastically. They just jumped in, enjoyed it, just followed along with the lessons and explored the materials that they had with them and the ones that were in the studio. So I hope you will join me. It's just a magical and a wonderful week to experience in Italy. Take care. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please give me a thumbs up for the video, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Bye.